What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So I've been getting a lot of questions about how my career has become so successful, and I feel as though I can give you this information. So for today, I'm gonna go over the 5 ways that you can get ahead in your career. So before I get into anything, definitely consider giving this video a like. Also, if you can hit that subscribe button, that'll definitely help me out, and that notification button so you never miss out on anything that I post. I'm doing a giveaway, 2 Amazon gift cards when I hit my 1,000 subscriber mark, so definitely stay tuned for that. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button. So like I said, I'm gonna go over my top 5 ways to get ahead in your career, and I found success in this, and I'm gonna keep using these methods just because they seem to work so well, and I've gotten them from instructors or just experience. So let's waste no more time and let's just get right into the countdown. So for number 1, for the first thing that you should do to get ahead in your career, you need to set goals for yourself. Always have short-term and long-term goals. I know this is something that's really basic and that all people should know this, but a lot of people don't actually have goals set up. So when I ask this question, what are their goals? A lot of people will just say, oh, I want to be CEO or I want to be CEO of a company. But you can't just go from bank teller to CEO of the bank. You have to have things in between. You have to have milestones in between. And if you don't know what those goals are, you're never going to get to that point. So you have to set goals for yourself, and you have to accomplish at least half of those goals. You don't have to accomplish all of them. Just set goals so that you have something to reach towards. A lot of people don't have something to reach towards. So I'm telling you this now, if you have trouble with setting up goals, sit down and just make an Excel spreadsheet or something and put in where you want to be and where you are and fill in the things that are in between. Simple as that. Number 2 is that you always have to create value within the company for yourself. And that's really tough to do because of the fact that you have to find something that other people can't do. In my company, I'm considered the Excel expert. I'm the report runner. I create all the dashboards, things like that. And I'm literally in multiple spaces to where if they have a question, they come to me. And I know I create value. In every company that I've been in, I've always created value. And that's something that you always have to do. And if you don't do that, then you're expendable, and they can pretty much like fire you at any moment if they wanted to, because tell you the truth, they control everything in your life. You spend most of your time at work, so you want to make sure that you can create value at work just like you create value at home. So always create value for yourself within the company so that people know your worth, because without that, they won't know your worth, and they should, because you're worth a lot. The third thing that'll help you get ahead in your career is smashing that like button. No, but for real. The third thing that you need to do in order to get ahead in your career is to create some type of leverage. What a company wants to know is that you're always going to improve, that you're going to improve yourself as best as possible and bring more value to the company. What I tend to do is I'll go and get a certificate, I'll get a degree, I'll get something that says that I'm improving myself. And it's also a good way to pad your resume anyways, but it's going to help them understand that you're valuable and that you want to help the company as best as possible. So looking at people who they need to let go, or looking at people who need to get a higher raise or whatever tier they're supposed to be on when it comes to raises, they're going to look at you for the highest raise because of the fact that you are improving yourself. So always look to improve yourself. I always look to improve myself. My first job out of college, I went straight for dual major bachelor degrees. So all of these things really helped me out and got me to the point where I am today. The fourth thing is a little bit tiring, but you need to do it because then you help yourself out, but you're also helping the company out. So what you need to do is to go on 1 interview per month. Always go on 1 interview per month at least. Just to stay comfortable with the interview process, also to know your worth, because if people are calling you for interviews, then you know that you're worth more than your position. So if you're in accounts receivable and you've been there for 5 years and you go on a bunch of interviews and someone wants to hire you as an accounts receivable manager, then you know that you are valuable. And now you have leverage with the company, and it's internal leverage. Obviously, you don't want to tell them that you're going on interviews. Now, you can be transparent right from the start and say, I always go on 1 interview a month because it helps me stay comfortable, and you never know what goes on with hiring processes and firing processes and things like that. So you can be upfront and then they always know that you go in an interview. So then if you mention the fact that you got a position for an accounts receivable manager, then they're going to be pressured to give you more money. So I always say go on one interview a month, and I always tell people this, and I got this from an instructor, and it helped me out tremendously, because then you always know your value, and you know other companies want to hire you, and you don't feel like you're just stuck in a dead-end job all the time. And finally, this is a little tough to swallow, but change jobs. You don't need to be in the same job for 20 plus years. You have a 401k, you can roll that over to another company. You can roll that over to an investment brokerage account. You can do whatever you want with your money. So just change jobs, because a lot of times they don't know your value, and they won't tell you that you can improve or that you can go into this position, because they want you to stay put. They want their company to be as solid as possible. And with you in that position, it's a solid company. So what I've always done is, I'm not saying jump from job to job to job every month, but if it gets to 2 years and you have no improvement, everybody wants to improve. Go to a different position. After you're doing all of your interview processes, you know if you can get hired. Now, if you physically can't get hired anywhere else, then that's a little tricky, but that's where you keep working on your interview skills in order to be successful in this category. So I'd say change jobs. I've always changed jobs. I've had about 5 jobs, and they all varied in salaries, but all I know is it was an upward trajectory. So all of my jobs have increased, and it's all because of all of these things that I mentioned, and mainly because I changed jobs. If you don't change jobs, you're never really going to get the true increase that you deserve. So there you go, guys. That's a real simple rule book to live by when it comes to making your career successful. You don't need to be in accounts receivable for 10 years. If you are, you should be a manager. So just make sure that you know your value, you know your worth. And it's tough to really understand, because there's a lot of people out there that want to stay in a job because they want to remain safe and always be able to pay their bills. But it doesn't hurt to help yourself. The company has to help themselves by finding a candidate, and you need to help yourself by filling that role. So you're expendable to them just like they're expendable to you. So always keep that in mind. I hope you enjoy this video. If you can, hit that like button. Also, if you can comment down below, let me know what you thought of this video. Hit that subscribe button and notification button so you never miss out on anything that I post. Like I said before, I'm doing a giveaway 2 Amazon gift cards when I hit my 1,000 subscriber mark. So definitely stay tuned for that. Put your name in the hat by hitting that subscribe button. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.